To me, the word that comes to mind when I think of Jim and Vicky is selfless.
They're always interested, both of them, in what you have to say.
You know, both Jim and Vicky have the heart for rural Minnesota. They're products of that place.
And it really means a lot when we can bring back people that have left the area, come back, and invest into the community.
He comes from a family of 8 kids. And all have had really productive lives and wonderful civic servants. He was always a positive guy, always curious, I think. He was a great learner. Jim met his wife Vicky, she's a Eden Valley gal, Stearns County couple. And she comes from the Sieben family, a family of 16 kids.
So he went to school for non-destructive metal testing. Graduated, and he said, never did a thing in non-destructive metal testing, but I went to work for a company and I was quality engineer.
Jim was with a company called the API Group, and he served as their chief operations officer. He was involved in many major projects. I think one of his last major projects was they were an integral part of building the new Vikings stadium in downtown Minneapolis.
I met Vicky by getting my hair done. So she owned her own business called Ambiance Salon in Burnsville, Minnesota.
She employed a number of people there. And so both, are hardworking people their whole life.
Jim and Vicky have moved literally
16
times over the course of their marriage. They've lived all over the United States. Of course, Minnesota is home to both of them. And he is really involved in the community, and not just, sort of showing his face in support, but actually giving of his time and resources to propel, projects forward.
And it's really interesting to see that Jim and Vicky come back, and they're asked about CentraCare. And they get involved. And it's like, wow. For me, it's really interesting that he's coming back home and partaking in the community that he grew up in. And this is where it's so important for small towns, is to have people come back and say, hey, I like the area, I can add something to it.
Like all of us, people have different health challenges, and Jim and Vicky are from a rural area, a rural part of Minnesota, and healthcare in those areas is challenging. Access to caregivers, to hospitals, to clinics is extremely challenging, and that really hits home with Jim and Vicky, because that's who they are. That's where they came from. That's what made them who they are today.
And then to add this whole element of education and research that CentraCare is adding to the medical school, and all the high-tech stuff that happens there, and the training that they have, it's incredibly important for the future of rural medicine.
Jim and Vicky could do this any place, but they chose to put the money, help out in the area where they grew up.
The selflessness of them and not expecting anything back is who they are. They don't just write a check. They're there for the journey, and checking up on, it's easy to write a check and walk away. That's not who they are.
I think Jim really thinks as a business person. He doesn't see this as a gift. He sees it as an investment to future generations in the place that they both grew up and love. And that's why they did this, and that's why they're deserving of this award.
Thank you for your generosity into the medical school, and help us grow our community. Thank you, Vicki and Jim.
Jim and Vicki, just a huge thanks and congratulations to both of you for winning this award. You are very deserving, and from the bottom of my heart and everybody as part of this, thank you so much.
We are the blessed people that get to be your friends and be a part of your lives, and we're just so happy that CentraCare is giving you this award.
Yes, congratulations, Jim and Vicki. We love both of you so much.
Yeah.
It's so wonderful to have you in our life. It's such a blessing, and we're really grateful for you. And there's no couple more deserving. So congratulations, and we love you.
Yes. Woo-hoo.